The final thing in this section is solving for a specific variable, and this might be the more complicated thing that we did in this section because even though you solve these the exact same way that you would solve a normal equation, it gets a little more complicated because you have all these variables that you have to deal with. And so what happens is you get kind of confused by all the different things that are going on in the equation. But remember, don't get confused on what's going on. Or don't get confused by all the stuff that you see. Focus on the variable you're solving for and undo everything away from it. So let's look at this first one, number 21. We're solving for y, so I'm going to highlight it here for us. And so when we look at this, we see that the x is being added to the y and the 2 is being divided. So we need to move the x and the 2 so the y is by itself. So the first thing we're going to move is the 2. So since the 2 is dividing, we are going to multiply the 2 over. So we're going to multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. So what we have is 2a equals x plus y. So again, we're still solving for y. So the last thing we see here is it's x plus y, so we need to move the x. The x is positive, so we're going to subtract the x over. And what we have at the end is 2a minus x equals y. And we know we're done because the y is by itself. Remember, you know you're done solving an equation whenever the variable is by itself. So the y is by itself, so we're done. The answer is 2a minus x. All right, let's look at 22. On 22, we're solving for h. So let me highlight that again. So there's what we're solving for. Now we have a lot of stuff going on here. We have 2 pi r squared being added, and then 2 pi r being multiplied times h. So we have two things we got to move. 2 pi r squared, 2 pi r. So we see the 2 pi r squared is all being added, so we can move them all at the same time by subtracting. So minus 2 pi r squared minus 2 pi r squared. So what we have is a minus 2 pi r squared equals 2 pi r h. We're still solving for h here. If we take a look at it, we have 2 pi r all being multiplied times the h. Since they're all being multiplied at the same time, I can divide by all of them at the same time. So what you see as our final answer is h equals a minus 2 pi r squared all over 2 pi r. Now I know that looks kind of weird, and it doesn't look like it could possibly be the correct answer. But remember, focus on what you're trying to solve for. Follow your rules, follow your steps by moving things to the other side by doing the opposite, and just let the answer be what it is. All right, that's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, ask me in class or send me a message on Remind. Thanks.